In this clip, we're going to be looking at multiplying and dividing directed numbers, and we're going to use our number line to help us with this. So here's a question that we should all know the answer to. 2 times 3 is definitely 6. Let's have a look at how this works using the number line to help us. I like to think of a person walking along this number line. This direction is the positive direction, and this direction is the negative direction. Now here, we've got a positive 2, so I'm going to put a plus, multiplied by a positive 3, so I'm going to put another plus. This plus here tells me the direction the person is facing in. This tells me the number of steps she's going to take. This plus here tells me the direction she's going to move in, and this tells me how many times. So she's facing the positive direction like this, and she's going to take 2 steps. She's going to do this forwards, so that's this way, 3 times. So that's 2 steps forwards once, twice, 3 times. And we can see that our lady has landed on the number 6, which is what we thought the answer was going to be. Now, obviously, we don't really need to use all this complicated stuff for something as straightforward as just 2 times 3. But what about something like 2 times minus 3? So this, remember, is a positive 2, so we know that she's facing the positive direction. She's going to take 2 steps at a time, but this time she's going to move backwards because of this minus here, and she's going to do that 3 times. So that's 2 steps backwards once, twice, 3 times, and we can see that our lady has ended up at the number minus 6. So positive 2 times negative 3 gives us minus 6, or 2 times minus 3 is minus 6. Now what if we have minus 2 times 3? Remember, this 3 here is really a positive 3. So this time, she's got to face in the other direction, so we need to turn her around. So now she's facing in the negative direction, and she's going to take 2 steps at a time. She's going to move forwards 3 times altogether. So that's once, twice, 3 times, and we can see that she stopped at the number minus 6. So negative 2 times positive 3 is minus 6, or minus 2 times 3 is minus 6. Finally, let's look at minus 2 times minus 3. Remember, this tells us the direction she's facing, so she needs to be facing the negative direction. She's going to take 2 steps at a time. She's going to move this time backwards, and she's going to do that 3 times. So that's 2 steps backwards once, twice, 3 times, and we can see that this time she stopped at the number 6. So negative 2 times negative 3 gives us a positive 6, or minus 2 times minus 3 is 6. We can now summarise this by noticing that if we've got 2 signs the same, like here and here, we end up with a positive answer. If the 2 signs are different, like here and here, then we end up with a negative answer. So for example, if I had 4 times minus 5, I know that 4 is a plus 4. So my signs are different, that tells me it's going to be a negative answer, and 4 times 5 is 20. If I had minus 2 times minus 8, I can see that my signs are the same, that tells me it's going to be a positive answer. I could write a plus, but I'm not actually going to. And then 2 times 8 is 16, so that tells me the answer is 16. Here are some questions for you to try now. Press pause and have a go at them. When you're ready for the answers, press play. So here, this is really a plus 3, so my signs are different, that tells me it's going to be minus, and 3 times 5 is 15. Here, the 2 signs are the same, so that tells me it's going to be plus, and 4 times 6 is 24. Here, this is really a plus 7, so the signs are different, that tells me it's a minus, and 2 times 7 is 14. Here the signs are the same, that tells me it's going to be a plus, and 3 times 11 is 33. Now what if we had a question like this, where we're multiplying together more than 2 numbers? Well, what we do is do the numbers in pairs. So I'm going to start here. I've got minus 2 times 5, and this 5 is a positive 5. So I've got 2 different signs, so I know the answer is negative, and 2 times 5 is 10. Now I've got my minus 10, and I can multiply that by minus 3. Now I've got 2 signs that are the same, so I know I'm going to have a positive answer, and 10 times 3 is 30. So the answer to this question is 30. Now for this question, we could see we've got 4 numbers. That's 2 pairs. We've got a pair here and a pair here. Now that I've started you off, press pause and finish it. When you're ready, press play. So we've got 4 times minus 2 here. Remember, this is positive 4, so we've got different signs giving us a minus, and 4 times 2 is 8. So we've got minus 8 from this pair. From this pair, we've got 2 signs that are the same, so that's going to be a plus, and we've got 1 times 3, so that's 3. So now we've got minus 8 times plus 3. The signs are different, so we know we're going to have a minus for our overall answer, and 8 times 3 is 24. So the answer that you should have got for this is minus 24. Now let's look at division. We know that 6 divided by 2 is asking us how many 2's are in 6, and the answer is 3. Here, this division is asking us how many minus 2's are in minus 6, and again the answer is 3. From this, we can see that the rules that we had for multiplication apply to division as well. So if the signs are the same, we get a positive answer, and if the signs are different, we're going to get a negative answer. So in this question, we've got a positive 6 divided by a negative 2. The signs are different, so we're going to get a negative answer. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. So the answer to this question is minus 3. Here we've got negative 6 divided by positive 2. So again, the signs are different. That tells me it's going to be a negative answer. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. So the answer to this question is minus 3 as well. Here are some division questions for you to try now. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here are the answers. Now here's a mixture of multiplication and division questions for you to try. Remember, when you get to questions E and F, approach these by doing them in pairs. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here are the answers. In this clip, we're going to look at a really difficult mathematical concept. We're going to start by using sheep. You're going to think at first that it's too easy, but I promise you it does get more difficult. We're going to start with the positive part of the number line. If I have 3 sheep, I can show it on the number line here. If I want to add on 2 sheep, 1, 2, we can easily see that I get a total of 5 sheep, shown here. Now, if I take 1 sheep away, I can see that my answer is 4 sheep. So to summarise, if I add numbers, then I move to the right on my number line, and if I subtract numbers, then I move to the left. This is where it gets more difficult. We're now going to look at subtracting a positive and adding a negative. To do this, we're going to think about a bank account. If I put £4 into my bank account, then I have a balance of £4. I can see this here on the number line. If I then pay £9 out of my bank account, I want to take £9 away. I'm going to run out of numbers, so I need to extend my number line. I now have the negative numbers as well, so I can take away £9. 1, 2, 8, 9. I can see that my balance is now minus £5. We can say that 4 take away 9 gives us -5. In the same way, we can say that 4 take away a +9 gives us -5 or -5. And finally, we can also write this same sum as 4 add on -9, because we're adding on a debt of £9, gives us -5 or -5. So to summarise, if we subtract a positive or add on a negative, we can rewrite this as a takeaway. So if I see a question like 7 plus -3, because I'm adding a negative, I can rewrite this as 7 minus 3. This gives me 4. In the same way, a question like 9 minus +4 can be rewritten as 9 minus 4, so the answer is 5. So to summarise, if we add a negative, that's the same as taking away. If we take away a positive, that's also the same as taking away. Here are some questions for you to try. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready for the answers, press play. In this first question, there's nothing to rewrite, so I just do 2 take away 7 and I get -5. This question can be rewritten as 5 minus 6, so the answer is -1. This one can also be rewritten as 15 minus 8, so the answer is 7. This one doesn't need rewriting, the answer is -5. And on this one, I'm going to write 9 minus 2 minus 3, so the answer is 4. Here are some more for you to try. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready for the answers, press play. Here are the answers. Now, subtracting a negative is something that everybody finds difficult, but we're going to do it in a way that makes sense. Let's start with one that we know. We can read this as 4 take away 3. 4 take away 3 gives us 1. This sum we can read as 4 take away 2. The answer's 2. This one is 4 take away 1. And the answer's 3. Now we have 4 take away 0. The answer's 4. Now let's stop for a moment and look at the patterns. I started off by taking away 3, then I took away 2, then I took away 1, and then I took away 0. So the next question I'm going to have to deal with is 4 take away -1. If I look at my number line now, when I took away 3, I went 3 to the left. When I took away 2, I went 2 to the left. When I took away 1, I went 1 to the left. And when I took away 0, I stayed where I was. Now when I take away -1, I need to go 1 to the right. This gives me an answer of 5. And if I put this in here, I can see that it follows the pattern. So we can see that when subtracting negative numbers, the direction changes from going to the left to going to the right. And this is the same as adding. This is why working with negative numbers is sometimes called directed numbers. What do you think the answer will be to 4 take away -2? If I look at the number line, I can see that I'm going to go 2 to the right. The answer is going to be 6. So at the start here, I can see that I was taking away a positive number. To do this, I moved to the left, which is what we do when we subtract. At the end here, I was taking away a negative number, so I moved to the right. This is what we do when we add. So taking away a negative number is the same as adding. So to summarise, we now know that taking away a negative is the same as adding. So if I have a question like this, I can rewrite it as 7 add 3. So the answer is 10. Here are some questions for you to try. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready for the answers, press play. This first question I'm going to rewrite as 3 plus 2. So the answer's 5. On this one, I can write 1 plus 2. And the answer is 3. For the third question, I can write minus 6 plus 4. The answer's minus 2. On the last one, I can write minus 4 plus 2 plus 3, giving me an answer of 1. Just to make sure you fully understand this, can you try this question here? Now I hope for this one that you all got the answer minus 6, because there's nothing here to rewrite. These two signs aren't together like these two or these two or these two. So all I'm doing is taking away 4 from the number minus 2. If I look at the number line, I'm starting at minus 2 and taking away 4. So I get the answer minus 6. Here is some more for you to do. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here are the answers. So, if the two signs are the same, then it's the same as adding. And if the two signs are different, then it's the same as subtracting. Here's a final set of mixed questions for you to try. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready for the answers, press play. Here are the answers.